You're right. And you know what? Honestly, even when I first became a speech pathologist, I wouldn't mention it at all. I was like always hiding it. Also felt like who would even hire me?
Yep.
I stutter. Why would they even hire me? But I also found out over the years, the more I was able to really be honest, the
Yep.
more, I was able to impact lives. So I'm so glad when I saw that on there, I said to myself, you know what, you can really help. And, people are going to watch this, adults also, and they're going to be so inspired. They really are.
Yeah.
So,
And it was, man, I wish that, let me see if there's anything that I can share that's really, okay. So since I posted it, mind you, I didn't even post the whole story. I just posted, that 1 minute clip, and a kid who plays football at Notre Dame reached out to me.
oh,
And, and we got a chance to FaceTime the other day. And it was like, it's so heartbreaking for me because we have, even talking to you, knowing the people that will watch this, like we all have a shared experience. We all know what it's like to change our words. We all know what it's like for people to make fun of us. And we all know what it's like to be bullied, to not be chosen. People don't think that you're smart, all these things. We all know what it is. So it was like, so to talk to him, he's a college football player, plays middle linebacker. He's a good player. He's tough. He's all these things. And one of the things that he told me was something that I felt I remember, same thing in college. He said, man, like I'm smart, capable, all these things. I feel like I should have the best looking girl at school or the dopest person, like there's somebody that I want, but I don't feel like that this is, and she likes me like a friend, but I think that this is the sort of thing that's holding me back in relationships and everything. And that was, I was like, damn, like I remember that feeling. And ironically, when I met my wife, when I first called her, she said, I didn't know, but she said that I stuttered when we started talking and I asked her out. And she said, oh, I thought it was cute.
she thought it was.
And I was like, why would you think this is cute? Well, in hindsight, like she told me years later, and it was just like, wow. So it's almost like you have to give up the expectation for the life that you thought you were going to have. And the person who you are supposed to be with is the person that can accept you, work with these things. And you don't want anybody that this is going to be a problem for. Like that this is like, if this is going to bother them, like if this is going to be the deal breaker, then guess what? That person is not the type of person that you want to be with anyway.
You are so right, because you know what? We all have something in life, so you want to find someone who could accept you for who you are.
Yep. Every pot has a lid.
Every does. And you know what? I'm going to share with you, my parents will be married 59 years
Oh man,
this
that's dope.
year. And they met when they were very young, like in middle school. And my
Yeah.
father studied a lot. My mother said she loved it because because he hardly spoke, and my
Yeah.
mother speaks a lot
Yeah.
even now. So yeah, so you know what, you find that match, and I know you had posted on some other Facebook groups also, so I'm sure they were
Yeah.
really happy hearing that. I
Yeah.
mean, your your story will really help.
And I was worried about my kids, especially my youngest son. He kind of stuttered a little bit when he was younger. And I was like, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I was like, I mean, it really hit me. I was really upset. I was like, no, please no. Like, I don't want him to go through this. I don't.
I know. I know.
And as he got a little bit older, he does it every now and then, but it is not anything that anybody would notice. Like it's something to where like I can hear it, I can recognize it because I know what it looks like, but anybody else would look like, but nobody else would notice. It just looks like, a fluent person is just, gets stuck on a word or something.
How old is he now?
He's 7 now.
Oh, he's 7. And how
Yeah.
many kids do you have?
4, and we have 1 on the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. But I'm sure your kids will admire you a lot, or they must already admire you.
It's funny because they never mention it. And so I always wonder, I actually just talked to them about it recently after I posted it, because my oldest is, who's my stepdaughter, she's 19. And so she saw it on Instagram, and my 13-year-old saw it on Instagram. And he didn't say anything about it at all. Like, he just liked the video and then that was it. And so, and it was funny to me because this has made me very cognizant of how kids treat other kids. So I've always been talk to my kids about being a leader and not taking low-hanging fruit, especially because he's in 7th grade. So that's middle school. So it's easy to pick on things about people that are low-hanging fruit. If someone has something wrong with their legs and they walk funny. Like, I remember that happened in high school, and I got in a fight with somebody almost because he was making fun of somebody who clearly had a physical disability. And I remember saying to him, I said, well, why are you making fun of somebody who can't do anything about this? How about you come make fun of me then? How about that?
Oh my God, he must have not, though.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And so I always teach them about not taking the low-hanging fruit. And I hope that they do that at school, because their experience, especially the 13-year-old, his experience is nothing like my experience at all. He's the cool kid at school. He's really good at school. He's excellent at sports. Like, wow. He's well liked. He's like everything that I was not. Because and then on top, I didn't even mention this, on top of being a kid who stuttered all the time, I was fat too. I was like a fat kid till I got to be in 9th grade. So from the time I was 10 to 9 or 10 to 15, 14, 15, I was chubby kid. Like, not chubby. I was husky.
What happened then?
I just started working out all the time. I got serious about playing sports, and then, just playing ball every single day, twice a day, just my body just was burning a whole lot more than I was putting in. So his experience is way different than mine. So I'm always cognizant of hoping that I'm doing a good job of teaching him how to be a good person and treat other people properly, because it would be super easy for him, as the cool kid, to be a jerk, because that's what the cool kids were to me. They were jerks.
They were, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I would be horrified if that happened. And a couple weeks ago, I was at my youngest kid, Caden, at his baseball game. His coach was gone, and his coach asked me to help. And so I was like, okay, cool, no problem. I'm in the dugout helping the kids. And a few minutes, and I'm out on the, like kids coming in and out of the dugout. And then I hear one of the other coaches say to the kid, don't you ever do that again. Like something. I was like, oh, wow, he must have said something. And turns out the kid had made fun of me. He said, kind of making fun of the fact that I had stuttered, because I do it a lot more in social settings. I don't know why. This just is what it is. And because I know that people who may watch this, they may hear me and they're like, oh, no, that this is not something that's a big deal for him. But in my normal life, it's something different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I've just been fortunate enough to be able to pursue the career that I wanted and be able to do it there for whatever reason. And then, but in my social life, it's not. It doesn't work like that. And so the kid had made fun of me, and the other,
Recently?
yeah,
Like,
this
this
was
is what
recently.
happened.
This
Oh
was
my goodness.
in the last month.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
And the kid and the other coach said something to him, but I didn't even know what happened. And then after the game, so the other coach told the kid's mom, and he came up and apologized after the game with his mom. And then I just talked to him about the low hanging fruit thing. And it was just, and you could kind of see it in his face that he kind of felt bad about what he did. And it was just a good lesson, because a lot of times nobody tells these kids not to do that. Like, they don't tell them, like, their parents don't teach them all the time about character and not making fun of people and this and that, because they get around their peers, because they're not necessarily bad kids. It's just that they get around their peers, because kids are easily influenced. They get around the other kids. They're like, ha, I'm going to make a joke. I'm going to try to fit in. I'm going to try to be cool. And then they do it. And then after, it was cool because I saw his face, and I just told him, I was like, man, look, it's okay. I appreciate the fact that you came up and apologized to me. But the best thing that you can do is not do it again, and really be sensitive to people in these situations. And his mom was not happy at all. Like, she was not happy. She was like, this is not what we do. This is not the type of character you're supposed to have. Like, this is not just a mistake. Like, this is you wanting to, just being as I call it. Because even my kids, they do stuff wrong sometimes, or stuff that's just ridiculous, I think. And I'm like, listen, I tell them DBAT, DBAT, don't be a turd.
I'm going to remember that.
Yeah, DBAT, don't be a turd.
Okay, so I like that. So what would you say? So if there is a child who's, like in middle school, high school, and they're being bullied, how would you recommend that they handle that?
First of all, I'm going to give you some hard truths. There's nothing you can do about it, first of all. Like, you can't stop them from doing it. You can't raise awareness, because there are some people who are just insensitive, and they are just jerks. You know what I mean? Like, and there's an element of, if you can figure out how to positively deal with this, then you'll be better off in life. Because those people, a lot of times, they face adversity for the first time when they get to be adults, and they don't know how to deal with it. Somebody calls them a name, and all of a sudden their feelings are hurt. They can't work. They're crying in the car, all of these things, but you've been through it. So I would say, be bold as you can be. That's what I would say. Even though it's hard, even though people are going to make fun of you, do not ever, I repeat, do not ever change what you want to do, change what you want to be, change your hopes and dreams based upon what somebody else says that you can do or cannot do, or something that you don't even believe that you can do. Because as long as you limit yourself, you're going to be limited. And it's one of those things to where part of the reason why people get passed up for jobs, whether you're a stutterer or whether you're a woman, whether you are somebody who's just quiet, whatever your thing is in life, one of the reasons why people get passed up, I think, for situations and opportunities, is because they won't speak up. They won't be bold. Like, it requires boldness and some courage to say, yeah, nah, it's okay. Or if somebody says, oh, no, I'll finish it for you, where people try to finish your sentences for you. No, I got it. I'll do it. Like, you have to be willing to be bold. That's because so people will try to act like it's a disability. It's not.
No.
I mean, how many times have we seen stories where, like, the kid with no legs wrestles, or he paints with his feet, he drives with his feet, the dude with no arms?
I know.
So it's not a disability. If people with no arms can drive, if people with no legs can wrestle, if the dude who was a serviceman or a woman, they get paralyzed, they're still up there doing pull-ups in their wheelchair and all that stuff. If they can find a way to do it, if they can find a way to get it done in life with no legs, no arms, sometimes no eyes, can't speak, can't see, I mean, whatever. You not being able to speak fluently the way that you want to cannot be a reason why you can't achieve what you want to achieve. There is a way.
Well, I'm going to end it on that note. Thank you so much. I mean, your words are so powerful and so meaningful. And I can't wait for, everyone to watch it, because you are going to inspire many.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you reaching out.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I appreciate you reaching out to me, and everybody out there too, and you as well, Lori, is that I really want to be a bigger part of this community, and really share my story with people. So if you are, or you know any people that are having any events or any organizations or something, please send them my way. I try to do a great job of responding to people. Like, in terms of people in media, I'm one of the easiest people to get a hold to, because I respond to almost everybody. So yeah. So I'm a person who's in your corner. I'm a person who is, like, but we're not going to take any excuses. This is not a disability. We can get it done. We will find a way, and you can achieve whatever your dreams are.
Okay. And I mean, I will actually, email you. I know several organizations that would be more than happy having you. So
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Lori.
Okay. Have a nice night.
Okay, you too.
Thanks again.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.